After years of following Peppa and George's adventures, the pig family has welcomed a brand new member, Evie, Mummy Pig's youngest daughter. The arrival of this new baby promises to completely shake up the family dynamic, bringing new stories, fresh challenges, and of course, tons of cuteness to the show. But how exactly is little Evie going to change the lives of Peppa, George, and the entire pig family? Evie's room. Peppa's new baby sister made her debut with nothing less than a royal announcement. It was a full-on event. There was even a gender reveal party, and not even Peppa or George got that. And if you think this new addition won't change a thing in the pig family's daily routine, think again. The first big question is, where is baby Evie going to sleep? Peppa and George already share a bunk bed in a room that looks like a toy store after a tornado. Trying to squeeze a crib in there would be like setting up a tent in the middle of a paintball field. Is there a spare bedroom? Or are they going to turn Mummy Pig's office into a makeshift nursery? Even meal times won't escape the changes. The family table only has 4 chairs. So now what? They'll need to get a special little high chair for Evie, who'll soon be sticking her spoon into her sibling's spaghetti. But hold on, that's not even the half of it. Get ready for the diaper invasion. Plus pacifiers, bottles, teething toys, and a changing table that'll be fighting for space with the living room couch. The pig family's house has never exactly been a model of order, and now with 3 kids, not even if Mummy Pig turned into Wonder Woman on turbo mode, would she be able to keep everything spotless. There'll be chaos, crying, toys in the fridge, and we'll love watching every second of it. And if you think the changes stop at home decor and dinner time, you couldn't be more wrong. Stick around and join us for another episode. Visitors. When a new baby arrives, so do the visitors. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig better brace themselves because there's about to be a stampede of relatives coming from all over just to meet the family's newest member. Not to mention the townspeople who are counting down the minutes to meet the youngest daughter of the world's most famous little pig. It's going to feel like a Thanksgiving episode. Remember when Auntie Dottie showed up out of nowhere? Only this time, we'll have a cute baby and lots of dirty diapers. A classic family gathering, with everyone taking turns holding the baby, snapping 1,000 photos, and of course asking the one question everyone's thinking, who does she look like? And since the pig family didn't have the baby at home, but over in the UK, their return to town is going to be a whole event. Picture this: pink carpet at the door, balloons everywhere, and a welcome party planned by who else? That's right, Miss Rabbit, who will probably be in charge of the decorations, the catering, the band, the transportation, and if you're not careful, even the event security. After all, she's got 1,000 jobs and more energy than George after 3 chocolate bars. Cousins. One character we know will definitely be dropping by is baby Alexander. In the episode where he visits Peppa, she tries to play with him, but the age gap makes things a little awkward. While Peppa wants to play dinosaurs or enchanted castles, Alexander can barely hold on to his pacifier. But now, with Evie's arrival, everything changes. She and Alexander are much closer in age, which means they can crawl, play, and slobber on toys together. Alexander finally gets someone who speaks his language. Plus, Peppa gets a golden opportunity, asking her cousin Chloe for advice. Chloe's already been through the whole older sibling with a baby in the house thing. The age difference between Chloe and Alexander is pretty similar to Peppa and Evie's, so maybe she'll have some survival tips for the diaper-crying, toy-scattered phase. It's worth remembering that even though Peppa already has George as a brother, the age gap between them is small. She's never had to deal with a real baby, the kind that cries at 3 a.m., makes weird faces at baby food, and turns the whole house into a war zone between sleep and bottle time. Sibling rivalry. Peppa and George have always gotten along pretty well during playtime, most of the time. But now, with baby Evie in the picture, things are going to change. It won't just be about who gets which toy. It's about to be an Olympic-level competition for attention, and not just from the parents. They'll want to know who gets to play with Evie first, who she says the name of first, and of course, who becomes her official favorite. I can already picture the fights. George trying to show off his cars and dinosaurs, Peppa insisting on a princess tea party with Evie dressed like a fairy. The baby won't even know how to crawl yet and she'll already be in the middle of a tug of war. If you've been following the series, you know that whenever Peppa invites a friend over, like Suzie, the games usually go all glitter and fairy castles, which doesn't sit well with George, who's busy turning the living room rug into a jungle full of traps. Now imagine all that with Evie in the mix. Will she side with the fairies or choose space dinosaur adventures? Whatever her path, one thing's for sure. There'll be drama, there'll be jealousy, and definitely lots of laughs. Before we keep exploring all the changes coming to the pig family, drop a comment down below saying, "Family! Helping out." It's super common for older siblings to help out with their younger brothers and sisters. Nothing too serious, of course. Things like grabbing a bottle, fetching a toy, or keeping an eye on the baby while mom checks if lunch didn't turn into charcoal. But we're talking about Peppa here, right? And if you know this little piggy well, you know she'll help up to a point. Need an example? In the episode where George got sick, Peppa was not thrilled about playing nurse. First, he coughed all night and kept her from sleeping. And second, and way worse, he sneezed right in her face. That was basically a crime against royal piggy dignity. Now just imagine that same Peppa faced with one of baby Evie's dirty diapers. You can practically hear the ew, followed by her running for her life in the opposite direction, leaving the dirty job, literally, for Mummy or Daddy Pig. Of course, no one expects a 6-year-old to change diapers, but Peppa won't even want to be in the same room. She might just come up with a hide-and-seek game and vanish until the diaper magically disappears on its own. Mummy Pig. With the new baby in the house, one thing is pretty much guaranteed. Mummy Pig's time is going to vanish faster than a puddle in the sun. Even though she works from home and is super organized, taking care of a newborn is basically a full-time job. With no breaks, no lunch hours, and plenty of unpaid night shifts. Chances are, she'll have to put her beloved children's books and work on pause. And she loves writing. But even with help from Granny and Grandpa Pig, and a top-of-the-line baby monitor, keeping focus is going to be tough. Between diapers, bottles, and random crying, the peace and quiet she needs to write a magical tale is going to be long gone. This change in routine is definitely going to be a milestone in the family's story. Watching Mommy Pig juggle her passion for writing with being a mom of 3 is bound to lead to some funny and very chaotic moments. Who knows? Her next book might be about a little pig who writes stories while holding a baby and balancing a bottle with her elbow. Suzie's visit. Peppa and Suzie are best friends, so you can bet that the little sheep is going to meet Daddy Pig's youngest daughter in no time. Honestly, that's no surprise. Mummy Sheep and Mummy Pig have been friends since their childhood days, back when they used to share colored pencils and childhood secrets. So it's pretty much a given there's going to be a tea party between the two moms, with cake, chit-chat, and babies being passed around. And get ready for a flood of videos. These families love to film everything. We've seen tons of adorable moments of Peppa and Suzie growing up together, and now, with a new little girl in the group, the cute footage is about to double. You can already picture a special clip. The 3 of them wearing sparkly tiaras, sipping pretend tea, and laughing like the world is made of rainbows and glitter. Now that Peppa and Suzie are a bit older, those girly moments are going to be even more fabulous. Could we be looking at the cutest trio in the animal kingdom? And now's the perfect time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our latest updates. Routine. The pig family has always had a pretty set routine. Everyone wakes up, they have breakfast together, Daddy Pig gets ready for work, and Mummy Pig starts her day working from home. One of them takes Peppa and George to school, and everything runs like clockwork. Until now. With baby Evie's arrival, that clock is about to go a little haywire. The whole routine is going to shift, and chances are, taking the kids to school will become pretty much Daddy Pig's solo mission. After all, Mummy Pig will be busy with the new baby, or more accurately, trying to survive after a sleepless night full of bottles, crying, and 3 a.m. diaper changes. Now picture the chaos. Daddy Pig trying to make breakfast, searching for George's missing shoe, convincing Peppa to put on her school clothes, and still getting out the door on time, all with a crying baby in the background. If he manages to get everyone out of the house dressed and fed, he definitely deserves a Hero of the Episode award. A new chapter. Let's face it, the arrival of Evie marks the start of a whole new chapter in the pig family's story. Get ready for a brand new phase full of adventures, cuteness, and of course, a whole lot of mess. Can you imagine an entire episode just about baby Evie's first steps? Now picture the kind of mischief she'll get into when Peppa and George aren't around to keep an eye on her. Toys everywhere, jelly on the couch, and diapers flying through the air. And here's the big question. What will the family do when they want that rare, magical event known as Parents' Night Out? Who's going to babysit the new arrival? Can Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig handle the job? Or will Miss Rabbit end up taking on yet another role as the town's official babysitter? One thing's for sure. The next season of Peppa Pig is going to bring some big changes. And with Evie joining the family, we're in for new challenges and plenty of hilarious moments. Is there any doubt that baby Evie's arrival is going to give the creators a whole new way to tell Peppa's story? After all, there's one more little character now, and that means adjusting the routine and sharing the spotlight. If you love the world of Bluey and other animated shows, we've got 2 awesome videos you're going to love watching. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next one.